Do you want a turbo? No, I don't think so. I think you just want your front end put on. What shall I do with this turbo? Subi, do you want a turbo? I think Subarus are already unreliable as it is. I don't think it'd be good to add this to you. Well, that only leaves one candidate left. I think you want a turbo, right? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So, if you guys have seen my last week's video, I was contemplating putting the 4.6 in the Jeep. Now, I thought about it, I did some research. In order to pull that off, I would have had to use a transmission from an F-150 with a 5.4 liter, which is fine and all. The problem that I came across was the T-case. So the T-case I would have had to use, nobody makes an SYE for it, which is a slip yoke eliminator, which I need. I currently have that on my transfer case. Without a slip yoke eliminator, I get some really bad vibrations because I'm lifted too high. So I said, screw that idea. But I already started ordering stuff for this idea. So this idea is 100% going through. So let me explain to you guys what I'm exactly going to do to the 4 liter in the Jeep. Because yes, it is staying a Chrysler engine. It is staying a 4 liter. I just thought about it. The 4 liter is probably one of the most reliable engines that honestly has probably ever been made. So yeah, there's only one issue with the 4 liter. It lacks power, especially when you're lifted. So let's hop right into this video. I got a list made up in my back pocket that I'm going to go over with you guys. All the parts I'm going to need to do this, pull it off, everything. And I already ordered the big piece of the puzzle. So let's hop right into this video. Hey guys, so this is my WJ Grand Cherokee with a 4.0 liter. This motor, I do believe, is a poor man stroker. This is a used engine that I got from somebody when I blew my stock motor up. I had it open and everything, and somebody was 100% in this motor. It does have a lot more power than any 4 liter I've driven, but it's just not enough. Now, I say it's not enough because with the lift, the wheels, tires, they're very, very heavy, and it's just not enough power. Like, I need this thing to be able to tow the Mustang in the garage. I need this thing to be able to do what I want it to do. I really don't want to get rid of this for a pickup truck or anything like that. I'd rather keep this. I've owned it for a very long time. I do kind of have an attachment to this, just like the Mustang. Unlike the Subaru is kind of just a throwaway car. Like, when it gets up there in miles, I'll get rid of it and I'll get something else. But as you guys already know, I have every bolt on you could do to this thing. It has a header, it has the cold air intake, catch can, it's got the Viper coil mod, which is going to come in handy for what I'm planning. But yeah, so everything you're going to do to this thing is pretty much done. I even have Harlan Sharp 1:7 ratio roller rockers, which are a higher ratio than stock. But what I'm planning to do here, well, I'll give you guys a hint. It's going to go right about in here once I, get it and see exactly how big it really is. But this is where it's going to live. So now, if you guys can't tell what the hell I'm talking about already, I ordered a GT35 Turbo for the WJ. So now, in the past, you used to have to piggyback the ECU and all this bullshit to adjust your fuel and timing curves, which that shied me away from it for a very, 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 very long time. But more recently, HP Tuners, for all you Jeep guys with a 4-liter, HP Tuners now supports our JTEC ECU, which was a big problem with strokers, turbochargers, superchargers. I guess you can run nitrous on this, so nitrous kits. That was the main issue why a lot of people kind of shied away from power adders on the 4-liter. It was more of a tuning aspect. It's not that the motor can't take boost. I mean, it could take boost up to a point. But yeah, so that's why a lot of people, you know, are hesitant on boosting these. But now HP Tuners got on board with us, so I'm going to try it out and see. Now, the turbo, like I said, is going to live here. I am going to intercool this whole entire setup. I might need to move a couple things around. Maybe the AC little bottle over here, that might need to get moved over here somewhere just to make room. I don't want a hot turbo near everything. The battery, if we have to, we will put this guy in the trunk in a battery box. I did it on the Mustang. It's not very difficult to do. If I have to move it, I will. I would like to keep it here and maybe just put a heat shield around it, like make a box for it or something. That would be like a heat shield. But I mean, other than that, like I said, it is going to be intercooled. So the intercooler piping, you know, I'll figure out at when the time comes, but I would imagine it's going to run, you know, down maybe low, like along the frame rail area, come up to the turbo. And then obviously you have the other side, which will come up through here and go to the intake manifold. The intercooler itself, I don't have much room in this gap here. So I planned on, honestly, boom, right behind the push bar. I think it would kind of look badass. You know, people definitely know it's boosted, so that'd be kind of cool. And then as far as exhaust goes, I'm kind of on the fence, but I've always wanted a hood stack on the Jeep. I feel like it would be pretty dope. Also, you would probably see some flames and stuff. If it decides it wants to shoot flames, it'll probably shoot them right out the hood. So that will be cool too. After it's all said and done, I will be selling the K&N intake. For all you WJ guys, this will fit a 4-liter. When the time comes, you know, I'll let you guys know and we can figure out something for this. But yeah, so that's the plan, guys. I'm gonna go over the whole entire list I made with you guys, let you know everything that I plan to buy for this thing and exactly when I'm going to start this project. All right, so I sat down in the Jeep, you know, just to be a little bit more comfortable while I go over this list with you guys. The plan is to run about 8 pounds out of the GT35 turbo. Turbo can obviously do a lot more than that. It is a max speeding rods turbo. It's nothing crazy expensive or anything like that, but I did get the one with the billet wheel. My coworker on his Honda, he's been running that turbo for a very, very long time and he's had no issues. So I'm not going to beat on this thing nearly as bad as he beats on his car, so it should be more than fine. Later on in the future, after we get everything dialed in and everything, we can always get a real like Garrett turbo for it if I want to. I mean, like I said, he's had no issues with that turbo, so I don't see why I would have any problems with it on here. Mainly, I just looking for a little bit more power. So we boost it, it's definitely getting more power. So that's the plan, guys. Now, I will not be starting this project until I do get the fenders permanently on the Mustang. The fenders have to get permanently on the Mustang because I'm going to need to move it out of the garage. So I'm going to have to get the fenders on the Mustang. I'll get the headlights and everything in the Mustang. Actually planning to do that really, really soon in the coming weeks before it gets like too cold out. And I need to put a lock actuator in the driver's side and a window motor. With all of those done on the Mustang, I'm able to move the Mustang outside, put all the windows up just in case it's raining or something. Everything will be protected. I don't want my engine getting wet or the interior getting wet. So I do have to get that stuff done on the Mustang before we start this project. But I am going to start stacking up parts for the Jeep. I am going to start buying the parts. And obviously we're not going to start the project till I have all the parts here. The other thing too is I contacted a couple places about tuning this Jeep. Now, HP Tuners is relatively new to the 4-liter Jeeps. I believe they started tuning, adding a tuning option for us in 2019 or 2020. So there's not a lot of people that are very familiar with it. I've also heard too that our ECUs are kind of a pain to tune. The main problem I'm going to run into is the 2-bar map sensor. So we have a 1-bar map sensor from the factory. It will not read positive pressure. There's no way around it. It's not going to read positive pressure. Yeah, you can put like resistors and stuff, but I don't want to do that. So tuning the 2-bar map is going to be the main struggle, but there is a lot of good information on Jeep forums, on, you know, Google or whatnot. People already started tuning these things with HP tuners. So, you know, if I wind up, which I hope I don't, but if I wind up having to tune this thing myself, I'm just going to make very small increment adjustments and be very careful with it, because I really do not want to blow it up with boost. But yeah, I mean, regardless, I called a couple shops, and one shop that deals with Jeeps mainly, they said they will get back to me. They're going to talk to their tuner and see if he understands this engine and ECU. If he does, great. You know, I'll be more than happy to take it to the dyno. We'll actually see what it puts down and everything. I'll film it for you guys. But if not, and he can't tune it, I'll look around a little bit more. Like I said, I'd really rather not tune it myself. I only have experience with like minor adjustments on my Cobra. I never really like had to go in and change map tables and a lot of fuel tables. Like it's definitely going to be a struggle for me if I have to do it myself. But if I have to do it myself, I have to do it myself. So luckily we're only playing with a $400 engine. You know, you can find these things used all day. I would rather not blow this one up because this one's low miles and I'm almost positive it's stroked, and it would be nice to not blow this motor up, but I mean, if it happens, it happens. It's a couple $100 and like 2 hours of my time to swap it out. So now comes the question of the list. So the list that I made, now keep in mind this is mostly budgeted stuff. Like, it's, you know, I'm not getting like precision turbos and precision blow off valves and stuff, but I have the list here. As you can see, turbo is already crossed off the list. So I'm going to go over the parts with you guys and the price of the parts. And yeah, you guys let me know what you think, and let me know if you guys think I missed anything, because I'm more than happy to add to this list if I have to. So now the total I got for everything on this list is $2,547. That's also with adding some MISC stuff, you know, a couple $100 for just miscellaneous stuff like fittings, vacuum lines. I do need to do a rear main seal on this. So the rear main seal, I'm gonna have to take the pan off for a drain line for the turbo. So perfect time to do my rear main seal. But what I have on the list is a GT35 turbo, which is max speeding rods, eBay fucking special. Like I said, I know people that have ran it, they haven't had issues. It's not like back in the day, guys, when these turbos were breaking apart and getting sucked up the engines. They are a lot better quality nowadays. And I did get the one with the billet wheel, so it is a little bit better. It's a little bit more expensive, but not crazy. So the turbo itself is $240. That should probably be here this week, maybe early next week. HP tuner, which is the device that you need to tune your car. Now, the good part about the HP tuner device, it's a little OBD2 thing that has, you know, you can plug cables into and stuff. I'm pretty sure it's Bluetooth also. You can use that on multiple cars. So the way HP tuner works is you buy credits. So one credit is $49.99, and it's good for one vehicle. Now, if you're going to a dyno place where they're going to tune your car, you will not need those credits. But if you are going to tune it yourself, you're going to want to buy at least one credit for one vehicle. Now, in my case, this is going to come in very, very good handy for me because I happen to have 3 cars. Now, I don't think HP tuners will work on the Subaru, but I know for a fact HP tuners will work for the Cobra, and I know it will work for a Coyote swap in the Cobra because a lot of people with, you know, S550, S650 Mustangs, they're using HP tuners. So it'll be nice to have that where all I have to do is spend $49.99 on one credit and flash my Mustang, or whatever the case may be, because that car right now is tuned with SCT. The way SCT works is you have your tuner, and once you're married to one car, you can't use it on another car. So that's very annoying, and I do not like that whatsoever. Then I have the HP tuner is $400. I don't know if I already said that, but that's for the device. I have a T3 flange, which is what your turbo is going to get bolted to on the hot side. That is $25 on eBay. Comes with gaskets and the flange. I have a universal oil feed and return line. It's a whole kit. Comes with the plates, the lines. It's all AN. That is $53. Dyno tune, I'm estimating, if I don't wind up tuning it myself, it's going to be around $400 to $600. For a dyno tune, it's usually about right, depending on how many hours, how many pulls you got to do on the dyno to get it right. But it should be in the ballpark of there somewhere, maybe a little bit more. Definitely not a little bit less, but probably a little bit more than that. The whole entire universal intercooler kit, again, eBay. It's a black one that I found. This way it kind of won't like stand out too much, but you'll see it, but it won't be like in your face. $155 for all that. That comes with the pipes, the couplers, the intercooler, everything for the intercooler setup it's going to come with. I have a Summit Racing branded blow off valve, $78. I have a Summit Racing wastegate. Both of these are mechanical, by the way. They have the springs. The Summit Racing wastegate is $100. 2-bar map sensor. This map sensor is actually from an SRT4 Neon. I want to stay Chrysler. I know a lot of people use the GM one, but I'm going to go the SRT4 route. It's actually a 2.25 bar map sensor. Now, I'm not going crazy high boost, but if I ever decide that I want to forge the internals on this engine and turn it up, I can still use that map sensor up to around 18 PSI, I believe. I have the miscellaneous stuff like lines, vacuum lines, or gaskets, or like my rear main seal, because I don't have that on this list. I put $150 for that. That could go up or down depending what is missing when I go to start working on the Jeep. The fuel pump, gonna need a 255 Walboro, $108, just a universal 255 Walboro pump. Nothing special there. 36-pound injectors I decided to run because a lot of guys at 8 pounds, they'll put 30 pounds in, but I also don't know for a fact if this motor's stroked or not. I'm assuming it is. So I think 36 pounds would be a little bit safer, just to make sure I don't buy 30s and then need 36s, because their motor has more work than I figured it had. So I'm definitely going to go 36-pound injectors. Those are $220 for 6 of them. And those are just Bosch 36-pound injectors. I'm gonna need gauges. I'm gonna need a widebands, AFR gauge, $200, glow shift. Boost gauge, $47, glow shift. Gauge pod, they make a pillar pod for our Jeeps, the Grand Cherokees, so it'll go right on the driver pillar, the A-pillar. That is $53. It holds 3 gauges, so I'm also going to get a oil pressure gauge, which is $93. You're going to want to know your oil pressure. And that's everything I have on this list. Like I said, I'm just going to start stacking parts up for it. I already got the turbo on the way. And yeah, I think this thing is going to sound absolutely badass with the turbocharger on it. So I hope you guys are very excited for this. I'm really hoping this, hopefully pushes my videos way out there on YouTube. Hopefully get well over 1,000 subscribers just from this build. I really appreciate you guys subscribe to the channel, but there's a lot of people that watch my channel that are not subscribed. I have some videos that have over 10,000 views on them, and I'm nowhere near 10,000 subscribers. So I'm really hoping this pushes it out, gets me well over that 1,000 subscriber mark. It would be awesome, guys. All I ask from you guys is just support the channel. It's free. It takes 2 seconds of your time to hit the subscribe button. If you guys want to be alerted whenever I post, hit the bell. And yeah, definitely drop comments on the videos, likes. I love communicating with you guys. So yeah, so we're definitely going to start this project. Like I said, Mustang together, or mostly together, so I can leave it outside and not have to worry about it getting wet or anything, or somebody breaking into it or something. So have to get the Mustang somewhat together, and then we can start on this just as long as I have, you know, all the stuff that I just read on the list. If I have everything, then we'll get rolling on this. Now, I'm not worried about fabricating the turbo kit. That is like the least of my worries. I can easily fabricate a hot side. I could easily fabricate the cold side. It's not going to be an issue fabricating. I really don't think it'll be that difficult. My main issue is going to be tuning, especially if I can't find somebody to tune it. So I'm gonna see, maybe somebody will see this video and reach out to me and, you know, maybe be able to tune it with HP tuners. But I'd rather shy away from the piggyback ECUs and stuff, and I really don't want to go full standalone because it is an emissions controlled vehicle for the most part. I do drive this. I mean, I'm not totally against it because the Jeep will be 25 years in like 2 or 3 years, so I could register as QQ, not need inspection. There is ways around it, but I'd rather try to do it this way and tune it with HP tuners, keep the stock ECU intact, keep my AC working, keep everything working just like it's factory, but have 8 pounds of boost under the hood. So hopefully you guys are excited for this. This is 100% happening, I promise you guys. Like I said, I got to get the parts ready and everything, so I really hope you guys stick around for it. I really hope you guys, you know, let me know your thoughts on this, and should be absolutely awesome when it's done, guys. So thanks for tuning in. Please drop a like up on this video, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts, and I will see you guys next Friday at 12 p.m. Peace out.